But anyway. So, Shining in the Darkness is a really beloved game of mine. It is technically the first RPG I ever played, but when I played it, I didn't understand what the fucking RPG... Like, I was young, like, real young, when I played this, man. We're talking about young. I'm trying to turn my headset thing here, so sorry for any little bumpy wumpies. But, yeah, I was really fucking young when I played Shining in the Darkness for the first time. And I didn't understand any of it. Everything about it was so confusing. Like, just, you know, looking and shit. But, let us show off the little museum bit here. Is that? Oh, it shows you the original cover in it. Well, at least for the American version. I'm assuming that's the same artwork for the Japanese version, since it's actually pretty similar to the characters in the game. Though I don't know, they have a slight Archie touch to them, maybe. I don't think I've ever seen the Japanese cover, so I might actually be curious to that. But here's the little museum entry for this. And yes, Shining Force's boss is supposedly the father of the one that's in this game. Yeah, so we fight the sun. Now, I don't have a lot of Shining games under my belt, but Shining in the Darkness is the first entry in the Shining series. And it is a bit sad that pretty much only one other game ever touched the similar gameplay mechanics. So we get, this is a common theme with many of the Shining games, especially the retro ones. You have somebody who introduces themselves to tell a story. Now, as you obviously can tell, this is the 360. This is a Sega Genesis compilation thing, and it's a pretty nice compilation for a very good chunk of really good Genesis games and a few Master System games. Now, it has this feature smoothing, and it looks terrible to me, so unless a lot of people are like, yeah, we want the smoothing, I don't think we're going to go with that. So, I have a save file here that I made, and it is to get the beginning part, because this is an old style RPG. Well, you went into the wrong force battle, you're going to get your ass handed to you. So, I did some of the primary beginning parts. I didn't continue the story. I did loot the beginning chests before the first boss event that you have, but those are like 2 chests with gold, a knife that you begin with anyway, so it might as well just been more money, and I believe a orb or 2. Nothing unique and hard to find at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new file so we can see the intro portion of the game, and then load up the file I had already prepared with the grinding. Now, I can't remember how to do it. Let me see. There. So what I just did though, I activated the capability of naming my other characters. You get 2 other characters in this, and then I believe if you just keep going on, it names the other character. I've never personally used this feature, but I thought I would just point out, just to see your name in the stream. It sounds like you're hijacking this shit. I think you're just hijacking this shit, man. You're hijacking it. But anyway, the rest of it is a way to name your other 2 characters. Just pointing that out. I've never personally used it. I find the names are perfectly fine. You can still use only 5 characters for them, so I just thought I'd show that off. Obviously, you have the speed. I usually go with 3 or fast. Something terribly going wrong. Good evening. I will be your storyteller of this, and I will be your dungeon master. That would actually be an interesting way of opening one of these up. Make the person telling the story like the dungeon master. That actually could be an interesting way to open one of these. But, now, usually it's a storyteller, fairy, or that. I don't think any of the modern ones really do that at all. Okay, so those were just the names of your other 2 party members. So I wonder if he says those regardless, because he said their full name. So that actually might just be like that normally, maybe, possibly. So we start off here, and we start in the castle with the king basically in a bit of a mess. So, the problem the king has is, well, you're basically his only reliable knight that he can send out to do anything. Well, that he has left. I guess to be fair, there are all others always looking for. Oh dear. What could possibly have happened to Father? Well, I mean, it's a fair assumption. She's missing, he was with her, and they're gone. No, she's in the afterlife. Well, I'm glad I get a lot of high recommendations on being reliable here. Maybe I should move the chat in this particular, because there's a lot more darkness in the bottom, but the problem there is I got the height of the window. Let me make a small change here. Let us make it about that should do. And but then again, that might interfere with some of the text. Not really a good situation there. I guess I just have to tolerate mixing into the background. Once we get into a dungeon, the chat should be easier because there's a lot more blackness up there in the dungeon segments. Now, I would like to pay note, when we first started this, I would pay attention to everyone that was in the room. So we get a little starting money, and we're told to return after we go to town. We don't have to actually go to town to continue the little story segment going on here. So we come back in, and there was a guy over there, and he's gone now. So we can talk to the characters here that... Oh, I think they're just all... Yeah. He's kind of an asshole for like half the game too, so... Well, you don't say. Could it be? You know, for me, all these sprites were like amazing for me. Like, I grew up with a Sega Genesis during the 16-bit era. So, I only had, I believe, 2 friends who had Super Nintendos. And then me and Derek had Sega Genesis. So, we had the 2 sides covered of that. But, even with the stuff I was exposed to on the early days of the Super Nintendo, I never saw really awesome looking sprites like these before. Yeah, safely tucked away in my back compartment of my labyrinth. I like how the flashing is supposed to indicate like they hit each other. So I like how it actually they interact like they're fighting a little bit during this. I watch you out for midnight. Yeah, he's kind of a bumbling coward. The music was really nice too. I mean, for probably anyone who never experienced this back in the day, it's probably hard to think, hey, this was really, really awesome. But I mean, I think these were some Shining games had some really good sprite work. Well, I'm the youngest knight. Don't judge me. Yeah, bet you edgy, bald ass. Well, thank you. I'll accept that as apologies. But yeah, the council will provide us with some knowledge that overall, the castle is basically a plot continuing device. You don't really do too much in there aside from a little plot advancements. Now, the shortcomings of Shining in the Darkness is this is it. A castle, a small town, and the labyrinth, which is fucking huge. Now, before we go load up my save that I've made, remember, we got 200 gil. So, early on, I don't remember if the end cost goes up as you progress. I don't quite remember. I think it did, but it may be wrong. But it's currently 10 gil, so it's not very expensive. Now, basically, you're gonna have to, like many retro RPGs, you're gonna have to choose whether you want to start off with a offense advantage or. I didn't mean to immediately do that. You'll have to choose whether you want to start with an offense advantage or defense advantage. Because you only have 200 gold. Personally, I think it's a better idea to get the short sword myself. Because enemies do start off hitting you for a decent amount. And you do have low HP pool. But once you get 1 or 2 levels, your HP pool becomes a lot more better. So being able to kill enemies in one hit, I think, is a lot more useful. Because, you know, the more hits it takes to hit them, the longer they're whacking you. So that's personally my logic. You start with a bronze knife, which I don't think anyone, either people start with it or they start with shit bill. I don't really know why it's there, to be honest. Maybe for Atticus that wants to beat the game with bronze knives, I guess. But that little tent additional shop that opens up later. Then we have a tavern in here. Ha ha ha, that's a good one. But anyway, in here is where the inn is, essentially. Yeah, trouble. So the bell you use for the inn. And we'll go ahead and take a quick chat with everyone else. But again, similar to the castle, several plot points happen in the bar/inn. Talking to the characters at times will throw a little backstory on what's coming on. Find out quickly, he's like, oh, way off the bed, Carter. Okay, take it easy, man. You have a good night. I'll probably be streaming probably early tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll see you some tomorrow. Yeah, he never has pleasant words. I'm not even sure what he is. A little green imp gnome thing. I don't think I ever seen a creature like him ever appear in Shining. Now. But this chap will mention that he saw something on the hill again. And then he'll pleasantly ask you about buying him a drink. And over here, you'll see a family that's talking about a worrisome on it. I wonder what that's about. Okay, anyway, so that's all the initial kills. The only other thing I would recommend, you do get to find some orbs and chests early on in the dungeon, but you still have to go a bit in the dungeon. So, if you're really frightful about your HP, you could buy one orb, and an angel feather will return you to town. Definitely recommended to always have one on yourself. Because, I mean, if you get in a bad situation, maxed up on items, or you're just straight out lost, because you're not given a fucking map. This isn't 3DS dungeon crawlers here. There is a spell, I believe, that does show you a map, but it always consumes. So each corridor has a limited inventory. I believe it's 8. I think it's 8. But yeah, so you do have to be wise about what you carry, and it is a little meaner for the main corridor because he doesn't start with a full party. So we got the introductory out of the way. So, old man, I'm here to reenact a tale instead. We'll put on 3 and we'll be thrown back into the future. So, okay. So, what's actually in the labyrinth? There's no unique events we missed. Like I said, I looted, I believe, 5 chests. Like I said, 2 gold, bronze knife, and I think a orb or 2. So. Yeah, it looks like I might have to do something with the chat maybe, though. Because it is... See, on the normal screen... Yeah, let's make it a little bit smaller then. Let us make it about there. There we go. I think that'll work out better though. That way it doesn't get too much in there. So yeah. So level 7, I still have the sword I recommended in default armor, but on top of that I got a glove and a helm. I think that's what was it? Leather helm. I'd say it looks more like bronze, but whatever it is. I do have some orbs and I have an angel feather. And I have a decent amount of gold too with that. Now, what's really nice about this particular RPG, for those who play a lot of retro RPGs, should know one of the banes is that you don't usually get to know whether something's going to be improvement or even if a character can use said item. This game does show you if a character can use an item. I think you have to have the item in your possession, however, to see whether it's going to be an improvement, I believe. But the storekeeper will tell you if the character cannot use it and whether you still want to buy it. So it is very nice for that. And of course you gotta keep in mind that is for a first entry in a series. So yeah, maze, we have no map of any kind to look around, and I gotta try and use some of my memory to remember where the hell we're going here. So you don't usually, like, where this puddle is, I would not recommend going past this puddle till you maybe level 3. Probably is the lowest unless you want to be risky. Believe, but once you go past this puddle, you should start meeting some slightly higher stuff. The pit worms slimy ooze, and I think they will cave snails. They are not so threatening. Well, unless you're level 1. When you're level 1, like I said, most of the shit can be pretty painful at level 1 because you have a really small HP pool, and even the slimes obviously being the weakest thing, they can hit you for 2 HP if you don't get any additional armor at level 1. Yeah, cave slugs. Uh-oh, we missed. Man, you know, this really takes me back a lot, though. The graphics in this just blew me away back in the day, you know. It was just mind-blowing to see shit like this from going... Because I did grow up with an NES, and I got a Super Nintendo late into the 16-bit era. So, like I said, I grew up with a Sega Genesis, so going from the NES to this was... This was one of the earliest, it wasn't the first, because we got the Sonic pack, but you had Sonic 2, but it was one of the earlier ones. Now, my cartridge of this game, my physical cartridge of it, those are some of the newer enemies you'll start meeting once you go past that puddle some. Man-apes are very dangerous at a very low level. Not recommended to fight if you're like level 1. They will probably murder you very fast. Especially if they're in a group with other shit. But we're level 7, so they pose little to no threat to us. It's going to be a little bit before we actually get to anything too threatening. Get used to a lot of dead ends. And a lot of apes. But, how I actually got my physical copy of this was, actually my sister's fault. So, one of my sister's Sega Genesis games was the Aladdin game, which was also a very awesome looking game. A game that used actual drawings. It was a very interesting... I definitely would have to say, I'm sure there's people who have videos on it, to look up a video about the Sega Genesis Aladdin game, how it was made. Very interesting. But, our neighbor wanted to borrow it, and obviously, in the normal tradition of child borrowing game, you must offer a game. And this was the game he let us borrow. Now, me and my sister had never played RPGs or even seen RPGs. I didn't even know what an RPG was. So when I tried it, I don't know, I just didn't wrap my head around looking through a first-person view. It just seemed odd, off, strange, very odd. Maybe I'm gonna have to probably do something with chat. Like, chat for now is gonna be alright, but when I get other party members, it's probably gonna be a little weird having chat overlaid over one of the killer stats. So I might have to put a little bubble or something for it. Because it could probably go like in the corner of the dungeon or something, probably, because it's not like everything's gonna consume the entire little dungeon screen now. Okay, so we got Dark Joeys, which are another new enemy as you progress deeper in here. When you get to around this point, I would probably recommend around 5 myself. But that can vary a little bit. Oh. This could be bad. Not sure how hard that thing hits against me. Dark Bats. Dark Bats are probably the highest thing that's a threat to me right now. Let's see, I'm not sure how much it missed, so we're not going to really find out. I should be able to kill it in one hit regardless of, even if it did decent damage. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's the highest thing that's possibly going to be threatening to me right now. Besides the actual boss, which, you know, oddly enough, this had a lot of creepy-ass jump scares in it, too. You'll see what I mean. Again, it's something I've never really seen in a game around the time, and even for a good portion of time, never seen stuff like that. It's very interesting because this game was made on a low. This was the first entry to the Shining series. It was done on a low budget and a very small team. One of the main people that made the game made a significant chunk of the game. And with all those factors, it's amazing how it's such an amazing game to me. Really big sprites, really nice music, very good charm, dungeon design, and just like these puddles, for example. I feel like these puddles are here to troll you for what happens later, but I don't want to necessarily spoil that, but they're certainly not there for just nothingness. Oop, here we go, a whole baddie group. Let's see what they do. Miss. Wow. My agility must be insane for them. Or they have very poor accuracy. Or I'm just lucky. Oop. 1 point. Okay, so they're not going to be really threatening. And definitely I would recommend when you go to town to save very go to town and save very often, because similar to Dragon Quest and other Japanese RPGs, if you do a full wipe, you lose half your gold, and that is really painful in this game in the beginning, because if you have been paying attention to the EXP and gold rewards, it's pretty low. Especially the EXP, it is very, very low. I mean, 8 experience, and we're away like a decent chunk into the first floor here. I mean, I probably skipped about an hour of gameplay by doing what I did, because the low levels they will take you a while if you're being cautious and not reckless to run into high level areas. Now, similarly to a lot of JRPGs or pretty much any game, a lot of the sprites do get reused. That's something that we won't interact with for a very long time. Now, around here, we want to be careful about killer bees. I believe they have the ability to poison, if I remember correctly. And I think the killer bees are now the highest enemy now. Now the XP is getting a little bit low. So I definitely want to keep the kill bees dead, just to be safe, because if they do indeed poison and you don't have an antidote to cure it, which right now we don't have a lot of inventory space, so I would prefer not to waste another slot, because I'm going to need my orbs. Because fine with Nimble, man, I can't tell you how fucking scared I was when this thing first showed up. This thing scared the fuck out of me when I first saw it. But we're getting there. We should be getting close. Now, besides any grinding I'm doing this blindly / off of memory. I have beaten this game when I was a kid. When I actually got a Super Nintendo and experienced like Final Fantasy and stuff, and then I was like, oh, you know, this game was an RPG, and I went back and actually played it, understanding RPG shit. Let's see. I remember where it appears. There's a really long hallway with torches in it. That's where the first boss that we need to get to. And there's no way around him. Well, there might be if you like use cheats or something, but I mean, with the game itself, there's no way around him. You have to fight him to progress the game. I think I think that's it. Let's see, what's down here? Okay. So that was the last chest I looted. So yes, I'm back where I left. That at least that should have been the hallway. Should have been the hallway. Now if I remember correctly, this fucking thing hit very, very hard if I remember correctly. And I might even want to level up 1 or 2 more times, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, most of the enemies are all dying in 1 hit. Well, pretty much all of them have. I don't think there's a single thing I've needed even to kill bees died in 1 hit, so. Now the question is, do I want to use a... Let's see, what's my max? I think a orb healed 30, I think, so I think I'll wait. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Oh. Maybe not. Maybe not. Got trolled. I know it was a long hallway with fucking torches, though. I know it was. Or maybe it was past the hallway with torches. Well, I guess we'll find out here. We'll find out. But what I think I'll do is, because there's a lot of floors to this place. This is a pretty multi-tiered maze. Though a good portion of it we're going to be spending on the first floor and several basement areas before we actually start going up. Oh! There the fucko is. Yeah, that scared the fuck out of me. Just, you know, no pause or anything. It just crawls from the side. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Okay, let's see how hard it'll hit us. We get 12. 14. And that's... we should be alright, though. We just gotta hope we can... Oh, no, that's not good. That is not good. Hit this one more time. We have 2 orbs. I hope we can do enough damage here. Ooh, he got the first hit on that time. Ooh, we might need to level up another. So yeah, it's a little under 30. Oh man, that was getting close though. There we go. The Royal Tiara. Now, an interesting thing to note with the Royal Tiara is you can actually wear it, and it actually gives you a increased armor. Now, some part of my memory wants to say there was some way to keep it. We'll post to give it to, yeah, and we get blocked off there. I don't think it says anything in resource here. But, I feel like there was some way to keep it. Some kind of thing you could take advantage of, but I can't quite put my finger on it. And I'm not gonna worry about it, because obviously there's gonna be better helmets than anyway. Though for now you'll probably find with just, you know, moseying around with it. And we get free angel feather, so that saves me a little money, just a little, just a teeny little bit. So let us take a glance at what's around the corner over here. Now, those guys are very creepy to run into also. So here we got a door that we can't do anything with. Can't do anything with that at all, which is a shame. Shame, shame, shame. So now we're in the deepest part we can go to without progressing the story. And we're pretty low on health and getting our asses handed to us, so we need to get the fuck out of here, which is exactly why you should have an angel fiddle. Though I guess you could kill the monkeys, because apparently they have a chance of dropping them, apparently. Oh, we're on gold too, because we're going to be wanting some gold. Because I'm pretty sure once we trigger the next story event, I believe that as well we get our other 2 party members. So, let us get the hell out of here. So first, let's go save. Because I want to see if I can, 160? 160? Are you mad, sir? Now, I don't think we can get him. I'm pretty positive we have to turn in the tiara. But let's see. Yeah, he just still mentions that. Okay. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, we have to go turn the tiara. Interestingly enough, you can actually sell the tiara for money. I feel like wearing it allowed you to keep it. I can't quite remember. Let's see. So let's go in here. And what? Hey, you got some blue eyes there, buddy. Well, apparently I only have 2 of those. Hopefully. No record at all? Ever? Yeah, I'm assuming he gave me the key, I believe? Okay, so we gotta go get a party. So, first place to look for random fucking adventurers is of course a tavern. Oh. Well, it's all the way, now he has like a Master Roshi face going on now. And barged into the group. And as far as I know, there's no exploit or anything to avoid having your party join you. So if you're one of those crazy people and want to like do a solo one, you have to let them join, kill them. I don't know why. Whoa. Oh, I remember this now. Yeah, she's not a typical anime Kyoto. She's more the I'm going to whip your head off kind of Kyoto. You know, notice like how his eyes looking backwards, like he's just not even really paying attention to this conversation at all. Yeah, good luck. He's going to need it. Ooh, bitch move. Bitch move. Let's see, anything new going on in the tavern after that? But I was in front of this building. I don't know why he hates your party members. Who always speaks ill of my father anyway? Nah, I believe you, man. I'm pretty sure there was a guy in the hill. And there was him. Yeah, as you can see, some of the other people in the Royal Council are being, throwing out their own cards to try and find the princes. Now, I believe nobody, I don't think anyone says, like, secondary lines by talking to him again. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Okay, so let's go to the shrine and look for our poor little foot and tail. Man, he's a lot fatter than I remember. Yeah, I'm gonna save here and ignore my potential party member there. Screw him! Well, I guess I'm being forced by our religious church judge. Alright, so now we got a full party. And yep, that is all you get. So, the main character does eventually learn magic, if I remember correctly. But it'll be a while. So, that lets us see a map. And he starts off with a heal spell. Now, those little black parts, though, those are levels. So, you do get higher level versions of certain spells of that. So, now we have a party. So now, let's see, what do you losers have? Bronze knives, that's what I was afraid of. And your heads are bald, and your hands are empty, and you're wearing little wags. Man, dude, you let yourself go. I honestly don't remember you being so fat, man. But then again, I'm fat, so. We're all fat. You're fat, I'm fat, we're all happy, bad, fatty, fats. So, let's see if we can get something a little better for them, at least with the armor department. So, so if they can use the robes. Okay. At least that will be something then. I'm pretty sure they can both use it. Yeah. Okay. As for the knives, I'm gonna probably have them stick with the knives because main character can beat shit down in one hit, so we're not in a immediate need for anything, so yeah. Nope. I'm gonna probably have a lot of instances of clicking the wrong damn thing. Okay, sell those off really quick here, so we can free up some space. Also, you got any deals? No. It is noteworthy to check their deals. Sometimes they have very unique armor or items you can't really get again. I think I don't quite remember. I think you can give that, if you're not wearing it, I think you can give it to the knight at the King's Council for, I feel like you get money for it? I don't quite remember. I guess we're gonna keep it for now, I guess. But we'll eventually give it back because, like I said, this bell stuff, so it's not necessarily a need. So, let me see. So I don't think they can use the little helm. Let me see if they can use the tiara. Yes, they can. So that is a very significant boost. I think I will give that to our local pissed off mage because she is the weakest of our party. Because Milo is kind of a cleric, basically. He's kind of in between being a magic user slash healing slash cleric. So he's our second best fighter, where Pyla is pure mage. So she's basically easy food for the monster. So yes, that is a very significant boost in defense for us. So we will keep that for now then. I lied, we're keeping it. But I do want to put my helm back on then. But yeah, I'd say once we get out there, we'll drop it. So okay, we got our people. I need to west. But then again, Milo does have, let's see, 3. Might as well actually just get a little use out of it. There we go. So save us a weedy little gill, and I believe we do have a feather. Yes. So let's go back to the castle and see what the minister is giving us. I'm pretty sure it's the key. Let's see, let's talk to the bumbling guy with the chin over here. Okay, nothing new. Okay then, let's go check out the bronze door. Now, if I remember correctly, the bronze door is actually down this path. I didn't bother going down when we first came in. Now, you got two choices. You could either A, just go deeper into the area that you're familiar with and level them up that way. Because with the main character, you know, you're not going to have too much trouble burning through shit. I mean, you were always soloing all this crap by yourself, so. But obviously, unless you upgrade their weapons, until they get a few levels, they're not going to get too much. I think as long as they get one more level, they'll be able to kill the slimes with one hit, I think. Think is a very, very important word right now. Yeah, basically your main character is going to always be ahead in levels because it's actually, what I should do is that slime is the weakest thing in the game, so if the combined efforts of both of them can't kill that damn slime, then they are doomed at level 1. Oh my goodness. They are fucking doomed. Oh, well, at least they made one away. Damn it, you cowardly ass slime. Peasants. Oh my goodness, we can't actually get any damn progress here. And this is the type of RPG where it's probably best to kill everything unless it's a desperate measure of survival at that point, because you're gonna need a lot of gold for a long portion of the game. And oddly enough, this is the type of game where you're gonna make a lot of use of items, even though we have a lot of limited space. Of course, with our 2 new party members, wow, seriously, they just don't want us to get near that fucking door. With our party members, we have much nicer new-founded space, but still, Milo's getting his ass handed to him. Now, I don't remember when the main character starts learning magic. I don't quite remember. But yeah, we get this. Now, I don't remember if we keep the key in our inventory. I think we keep it. Yeah. So we're stuck using it for now. Oh shit. Well, I guess we'll have the Wii match. I don't think some of our other party members are gonna make it though. Oh fuck! Shit, man. Oh, poor Milo got his fucking ass handed to him. And that's a shame because this curve gave him a bunch of levels too. Oh wow, he got his ass fucking owned. That's a shame. So Milo is now our weakest link officially thanks to that. Well, she should be able to do something now attack-wise. Oh, maybe not. I am forgetting she is the mage who's gonna have shitty strength, regardless of whatever the hell she's equipped with, so... Oh, she had an awesome blow of 10. I was here, waiting to get to the trial so we could show off the entrance area. And then I think I will end that there, because we'll want to grind a little bit. I'm going to try and have grinding off screen, obviously. I'm not going to try have grinding during the videos that I'm going to re-upload to YouTube. During the stream stuff, yeah, we'll have some grinding there if... I'm not changing to a different game. So, I can't remember if reviving was free. I don't think it was. We're gonna find out here. Tranquil. I think it gets higher the higher level they are. Since he's level 1, it's dirt shit poor, I think. He needed 3 more experience to get 1 level. Poor guy. Missed out on all that nice starting experience. Okay, well now, and I don't think... Oh, it did recover his MP. Well, since it could, because he was the only one that really took any real damage, so... Technically, I don't really need the West now. He could still use the experience. Now, how... Oh, why did I even go in now? Blech. How are we on gold? I'd like to get some more. Personally, I think it's best to try and save up as much gold and buy the most expensive weapon you can to avoid. Again, because like I said, if you buy everything one by one going upward, there's a lot more extra grinding for gold. I mean, admittedly, there's going to be level grinding and gold grinding and everything that's not avoidable, but I find it just more simple to get the best weapon I can, so it's just me. Plus, once they get decent MP and spells to use, then we'll build off in that regard. I swear they don't want us to go to this damn door. Get these motherfucking slimes out of this motherfucking labyrinth. You better get used to slimes. There was a lot of palette swaps of them. They're all a very nice variety of spite enemies though, so don't think we're not gonna see a lot of different enemies. But we're also gonna we see a lot of them too. How in the... I'm not even gonna ask. Well, I was gonna say, how did we get caught by surprise and then it just went away and it's just... oh shit. I thought that was just a forced fight, but apparently it actually is a random fight. So it became a... Yeah, and... I know later on there was... Oh, fuck, not again! Milo! Oh shit, man. Oh, Funko got owned again. Fuck. Ah, and she got fucking totaled too. Oh shit! Oh no. Oh, fuck, man. We all got fucking wrecked. Oh, deal. Fuck. Oh, shit. Well, it's a good thing we summoned, we saved. So, yeah, you don't usually, unless you made some really important, because, man, we lost a lot of gold. Maybe later in the game it's not as bad, I don't quite remember, but early in the game that's pretty painful, so we're gonna reset. So, I think it's obvious we're gonna probably want to level grind a little bit since the crabs are normal enemies now, apparently. I thought it was just a little extra test, but apparently it wasn't, so for this particular recording, I'll see you next time. For those in the live stream, let's suffer.